Firstly, film production's been something I've always been interested in, even at a subconscious level. Like, when I was a kid, I would make silly videos with friends. Back then meant nothing, but we'd get a camera and toys when I was about 7, and make silly little films, and that has went on, and now I've taken film at A level, and I've realised it's something I definitely want to move into. The industry is something that completely amazes me and fascinates me, and one thing I love doing is watching films, watching television. I think the number one thing I really want to do is to be able to express myself creatively and work with other people who are as enthusiastic as I am. I think one of my strongest attributes that I can give is that I currently study music technology at A level, and I finished that in college, and I've taken extension music tech, which focuses quite heavily on how sound is used in films. I think one thing I'll be able to really do is to manifest the use of sound in cinema and be creative with it, experiment with it. I know the technical side of it, music, sound, Foley work I'm looking into now, so I think that's something I can really bring that not many other people might know how to do. With the films that I like, they may differ from someone else's films. Like, I like a lot of French films that are different to contemporary Hollywood films that a few people are into, and I think I can bring in different styles in the way certain genres are produced, and I could bring that all together and show other people, and I think it would help make whatever film I'd make somewhat unique to what other people would make. As silly as it sounds, I think the most memorable moment that I can think, not the most, a memorable moment I can think of is when my dad first took me to see the first Spider-Man movie in 2002. Because as a kid, I loved Spider-Man, and I went there to see the film. And once I saw it, all I talked about for months was this film. And I would go on the internet frequently and find out about the next Spider-Man film. And I was obsessed with how they bring these characters from the comic books that I liked onto screen. And that carried on for all films, like superhero films, any film based off any comic book. I was hugely obsessed with it. And then even till now, some of the films that I really like, I really enjoy seeing how certain things are brought to life. Like books now is more a mature version, but I like reading books and seeing how they're brought to life on screen, and how certain directors and writers adapt the source material to work for the film medium as opposed to a book. Another reason why I think Spider-Man 1 was a good, memorable moment was because it's the first big film I saw. Before that, it was only Disney films and kiddie films. So Spider-Man was the first big Hollywood film, and I remember being that amazed by how epic everything was. And I think that definitely made an impact on me and defined what things I like now. To this day, I still enjoy comic book films, Spider-Man films, Spider-Man comics. I think for me the most memorable film moment ever was when I watched a Korean film called Old Boy for the first time, and my friend a few years ago sat down with me and said, "Oh, you should watch this film, Old Boy, it's amazing." And the only films I'd watched back then were like Hollywood films. I'd never branched out a bit and watched anything from any other country other than America. And he showed me this Korean film, which I wasn't interested in, called Old Boy, about a normal man who's kidnapped for 15 years and then let out. And then the last scene, where it's him in the penthouse exacting revenge, that entire moment is, I've never been so immersed in a film ever. I think the moment I figure out the big twist and how it ends, couldn't stop talking about it for days.